Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. As always, I'm Kobe, coming at you guys from the winner's chair, and we got Mike with me. What's going on?
Hey, congratulations are in order, man. You took the season. Let's put that up really quick. You took you took it home this year, man. I tried to battle back in week 18 to try to catch you, but it was not enough, man. You definitely took it home this year, man.
And I will say thank you. As a gentleman, you held up your end of the bargain. You know, we got this a couple days ago. We've worked on it a little bit, but that was fun. It got real close right at the end. That's what we like to see. That was fun. Maybe we can do something with like the second half of like the NBA season or something.
Yeah, we definitely have to try to run this one back. And yeah, those records, I mean, there was no blowouts at all. You know, we were kind of neck and neck throughout the season. And even this final week, even with me trying to do some crazy upset picks, we still found a way to keep it close. But yeah, definitely a big congrats to Cole getting it done in our first annual game picks for the NFL season. I was thinking about doing this for like baseball or something, but it's just too many games.
That's way too many.
Yeah, so but we got to figure something out to get that one going again. I got to get this one back in blood, man. Yeah, man, big news coming out of Washington right before we was going to start this recording. Commanders wasted no time finding their OC, hiring David Blough, their QB coach, and he moved up the ranks pretty quickly. He was our assistant QB's coach for the last year and a half. And then once Tavita Pritchard went to Stanford to become their coach, he moved into that permanent role as QB coach. And now he's our offensive coordinator. Was not expecting this signing, this hire, but also not so soon. I thought we was going to go through more interviews. But, hey, congrats to David Blough.
Yeah, the losing Kingsbury was kind of shocking because, the offense didn't really do much this year, but also nobody was available for them to really do anything. And he has a pretty good track record. So it's kind of surprising to see him go. But yeah, this happened so fast that they must have known before. They probably talked to Blough first, said, hey, if we get Kingsbury out of here, you're going to be the next guy up. Because that all happened within days, like especially with Mike McDaniel's out there and all these other offensive coordinators and offensive minded coaches. They went straight to their young guys, so they must see a future there with him.
And Dan Quinn, I don't think he wanted to repeat history. I know when he was with the Falcons, he had Matt LaFleur there, and he didn't promote him as OC, and then he went off to do big things with the Packers. And I know the Washington franchise, we had so many quarterbacks come through here, Kevin O'Connell, the list goes on and on. We had so many of the great coaches now come through Washington. So we wasn't going to let David Blough, get out the building. And from what I heard, Cliff Kingsbury, I think that Dan Quinn has some issues of wanting him to change up his offense just a little bit and try to find ways to protect Jaden Daniels a little bit more. And he probably didn't agree with, those things. So, offensive coordinators, they're tough-minded, hard-headed type of coaches. They believe in their system. So if you try to tell them to try to change it up or, make it seem like the injuries was due to, his play calling and his scheme, then, you're going to cause some friction. So we'll see, though, because David Blough has never called plays before in his life. Yeah. So he'll have to create his offense, create a scheme. I'm sure he'll pull from Ben Johnson. He was the practice squad QB with the Lions a couple years ago. He was also with Kevin O'Connell And then he had a little sprinkle in some Cliff Kingsbury. So I'm sure he'll pull from all three of those coaches and, create his own. But Dan Quinn, he is going out on the line on this one because trusting a new OC like this to get the job done. If this fails, Dan Quinn could be out the door. So he's really putting a lot into David Blough to get that job done. And it's good. He kind of keeps some, he keeps that relationship going with Jaden as well. With keeping David Blough in the building. So we'll see how this hire turns out. And next we have one of the coaches that we did not think was going to get fired. We thought he was safe. Was Mike McDaniel. Last time we did our episode with all the coaches going in and out of their on their teams, Mike McDaniel, we thought he was safe. He was not one of the coaches that was fired on day one. And he helped pick or was helping to try to choose who the GM was going to be for the later part of the season. So this was kind of strange to, have him, be fired. But when they heard another coach's name, get dropped into the coaches pool, they had to make some decisions.
Yeah, and we'll talk about him in a minute. But yeah, Mike McDaniel. I mean, Miami just wasn't good this year. They had a decent 3 or 4 game stretch there in the middle, but losing Tyreek Hill, who is maybe a top 5 receiver in the league when healthy. I mean, Tua struggled, but again, he didn't really have the weapons around him. And then I don't know what they made him the 3rd string quarterback throughout Quinn Ewers. And I'll be honest, I don't really know how well he performed. But so I don't know if Mike McDaniel is really to blame there. But I think with bringing in a new GM and everything, you do kind of just need like a factory reset pretty much, and just let your GM get in there and start bringing in his guys. But I think he can still make a really good offensive coordinator somewhere. I know he has a scheduled interview for our head coaching spot. But yeah, we just didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, and because I thought he was going to be probably a top candidate for the Washington's OC, but maybe he still has some looks at being a head coach. So so we'll see if he can get another job. It's 8 teams now looking for head coaches, so maybe he can get in on one of those openings. And I'm sure this next coach is going to find his way onto a team. Our man, John Harbaugh.
Wow.
Last time we spoke, we thought that he was also safe. But this one was a shocker to me. But yeah, he was let go. And now almost every team wants him, even coaches, even teams that still have their coach on that didn't fire them.
That are in the playoffs.
Yeah, that are in the playoffs are, chomping at the bit to, depending on the outcome of these playoff games, might try to look Harbaugh's way. So, yeah, this was a crazy one here.
Yeah, and he's looking to go the Belichick route. He said he wants full control of this team. So if you want to bring in Harbaugh, you pretty much have to clear out your whole staff. It says he wants $20 million a year. He wants $10 million for his staff. He wants his own GM. Which I don't know. He's been coaching for 20 years. Like, how many years does he have left? So I would say if he was like 5 or 6 years younger, where you could get like a longer tenure out of him. Now, I know some of these guys coach till they're like 70, like Pete Carroll, but I mean, at some point, I don't know. It's a lot to ask for. And a lot of these teams that are looking for head coaches aren't aren't going to be Super Bowl contenders within the next 4 or 5 years. The only team that would be the Ravens, but
yeah,
I heard that depending on how this Packers and Bears game goes this weekend, that LaFleur could be out of there, and Harbaugh would be maybe interested in that. Which I mean, that roster is ready to go. You get Harbaugh in there. That's a huge upgrade. I think you mentioned the Bills, but I don't know. I don't think coaching's the issue there. They just actually have to get some help around Josh Allen. But obviously, Harbaugh's probably an upgrade to 90% of the league. But yeah, that was, we did not see that one coming because Lamar missed 4, 5, 6 weeks. He came back for looked like dog water for 2 weeks, but I don't know. Crazy. Now I heard they have a scheduled interview for Kevin Stefanski. So what a turn of events that would be.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So if we just swap coaches, I'm fine with that. But who knows?
Yeah,
he might do well there. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hearing that. I mean, Stefanski, his name is still high in those coaching conversations. So I think that coach of the year is kind of still holding some weight. But yeah, it's going to be crazy to see where Harbaugh decides to go.
Because there was a clip that came out. Jackson Dart was at the Ole Miss and Miami game, and he was talking to one of the personnel guys on Ole Miss, and you have to use your best lip reading. But it looks like he says who do you think the coach is going to be? And you can read his lips. He says Harbaugh or Stefanski. So I don't.
And I heard the top choices or the top teams that he might go to is the Giants or the Dolphins. So
the Giants wouldn't be bad. They have a decent.
Yeah,
but
yeah, but that NFC East is a gauntlet.
True,
it's rough. But yeah, but the Giants will be a pretty good team. So that is a hot job that's out there. Next, this college football playoff. This was a wild game last night. This one was crazy, but this game really didn't kick off until the fourth quarter. I know earlier in the game, Lacey had a 70+ yard touchdown run, which really opened up the game and gave them some life. But during that run, he came up a little gimpy a little bit, pulled his hamstring a little bit. They were kind of working on him for the rest of the game, seemed like. And I think that kind of took some of the steam from that offense. But Carson Beck, man, he played really well throughout the entire game. But it seems like the later this game got, he really put it on him to get the job done. And those last few drives in the fourth quarter, both teams going back and forth. And Beck showed a lot of poise. That last touchdown run that he had, no one was open. He still waited, waited, and finally found an open lane on the left side and ran the ball. And so, and even though this game was so close, even with maybe 20 seconds left, Ole Miss still almost took the ball down the field and got into field goal range. Or if it wasn't for maybe should have been called pass interference, but they wasn't going to call it in that moment. If it wasn't for that, maybe this game could have been different. But definitely a great start to the semifinals.
Yeah, and I thought Carson Beck was he played great. He's been solid. But him transferring to Miami after being successful in Georgia, I was like, oh, this dude's just scared to play in the SEC. He doesn't want to compete with the big dogs there. Goes to Miami, and now he's got him in the national championship game. So, I mean, he clearly knew what he was getting himself into. They beat Ohio State, even though all the Ohio State players in their interviews said if we play them 10 times, we're beating them the other 9. I don't know, but the U is back in the national championship game. So
Crazy. Yep, the U is back in the championship game, and they'll be definitely playing they'll be playing Indiana because
it's
Oregon,
21-7 right now.
yeah, 21-7 right now. Pick six on the first play for Oregon. And then they fumbled at their own like 3-yard line,
Oh,
gave up an easy score for Indiana. So this it's going to be a good game though for sure.
yeah.
And now what we've been waiting for is the wild card weekend. And first game on our list is the LA Rams facing the Carolina Panthers on Saturday at 4:30 on Fox. Of course, Rams has the is favorite to win it in this game by 10.5. 10.5 just seems egregious. But Panthers had their number just a few weeks ago. And with this one, they're getting Adams is finally back for the Rams. He should be rested up. He didn't play probably the last 3 weeks of the season. So what are your takes on this game?
Well, first, let's just say Indiana is now up 28-7. So,
oh man, as soon as I put my head down and put it back up,
but,
jeez.
Yeah, the Panthers did have the Rams number a couple weeks ago, but this is a completely different. This is all like brand new territory for these Panthers. Being in the playoffs, the Rams won the Super Bowl. What's that been now? 3 years ago, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford's been around longer than probably anybody on the Panthers roster. And I know the Rams are dying to get to that third game against Seattle after advancing this week. So, yeah, I just think the Rams are just going to pour it on them.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Carolina Panthers are not known for their defense. Even when they pulled out the win against the Rams, it was a high-scoring game. Got into the 30s. It's going to be tough to slow the Rams down. So I just hope they can keep it a game. Don't let this game get out of hand. Kind of hold your own, gain some playoff experience. Try to take that into next year. But yes, it's kind of no hope for them in this game. I think the Rams are going to be all over this one. Let's see. Next, another big matchup on Saturday night. We have the Packers going into Chicago. This is going to be on Prime TV. The spread on this one kept going back and forth. It seemed like every day was Chicago favored by 1.5. Green Bay, Chicago, Green Bay. So this game could go either way. Green Bay is still battling a lot of injuries. I know Love is coming back. But Chicago did not look good in that last game. And it seemed like they were trying to play to win in that game. And they did not look good against the Lions. So this is a toss-up. What are your thoughts on this one?
Man, you almost want to take the home team in these situations. I mean, you go back to like when Aaron Rodgers was there, he just always talked about owning the Bears. And I don't know. I feel like Green Bay's just like held on to that mentality, even like after he's moved on. I think maybe Jordan Love has made a comment or two about it. I know Caleb Williams has been talking about it. If Chicago would have played better last week, even played better and still lost, I would think higher than. But yeah, they just did not look like the Bears, And I don't know if when the lights get bright for these Bears, if they have what it takes to pull through. Oh man, I don't.
It's tough.
It is. Like, I'm glad we're not making picks this week because
I know, right?
I honestly don't know. Mm-hmm. I know the Packers have Diggs there, but he's not really the Diggs he used to be. But he could also be a spark plug for that defense come up with like a big pass deflection on third down or an interception or something, and the Packers get some momentum going. But then the Bears defense is like number 1 in the league in takeaways.
Yeah.
I will definitely be watching this game.
Yeah. Green Bay, they have the experience. Bears, they're kind of new to this. And, Ben Johnson, first year head coach. So you don't really know how those emotions are going to be in this game. It's huge for the Packers getting Jordan Love back. Because he still has that playoff experience. If that offense gets on a roll, Packers could be hard to beat. And I think the later this game gets is going to come down to turnovers and, who's making the big plays, the big catches, converting on third downs. But this is going to be a gritty. It might snow in this game. I think they're thinking about either a snowstorm or rain. So it's going to be a nasty one.
Now, let me ask you this. We talked about how there's rumblings that if the Packers don't win this game, that Matt LaFleur could be gone. Do you think he hears these rumblings and that's in the back of his head too? Do you think if you're you have your team in the playoffs, they're getting better each year, but now you hear your job could potentially be on the line with a loss? I don't know.
I think with LaFleur, he's one of the hot head coaching candidates. So even if he does get fired by chance, if they want to go John Harbaugh, he'll get a job immediately. So I don't think he's thinking about it as much. But plus, I think it'd be I'd be kind of stupid if they move on from Matt LaFleur. I know they, even if they lose this game, they did have a lot of injuries down the stretch. Yeah. Jordan Love is just coming back from injury now.
Losing Micah was huge because
Micah,
that was the talk of the the NFL. When they got him, and he was making an impact right away. That defense was rolling. And those ACLs.
They lose this game. You retool during the offseason, get some weapons. You get Micah back healthy. Next year, Packers will be one of the top NFC teams again. So I don't think if they lose, it'll be too detrimental. So, but this is definitely a big one. I'm looking forward to watching this one. And next, another big game. And if this quarterback does not figure out a way to get it done, we have the Bills going into Jacksonville to play the Jaguars at 1:00 on CBS. And the Buffalo Bills are only favored by 1.5 in this game. If Josh Allen does not figure out a way to get past Jacksonville, I think it'll be a big asterisk or a big, dent on his career if he does not get it done this year, especially getting past the first round. You have to.
Yeah. But also we've been talking about it all year. I've literally been calling them the Buffalo Josh Allens because as good as he is, that front office is not, Keon Coleman, who hasn't really done it. James Cook is great. That's a great option at running back. They brought in Amari Cooper when he was 48 years old. They had Stephon Diggs and things didn't work out there. So they haven't really done a lot to really help him out. But at the same time, he at his level of play, when he's at his best, we've seen in 5-6 touchdown games, 3 on the ground, 3 passing, he has that ability to take over the game. But also in those games when he's doing that, we've seen him throw an interception, 2-3 fumbles. And I've been rolling with Jacksonville pretty heavy these last couple weeks.
Sure have.
Trevor Lawrence, man, he has really just came out of nowhere. Jacksonville's been fun to watch, and they have Josh Allen on the defensive side of the ball. He actually has it I think he has his last name hyphenated now, But I think the defensive Josh Allen usually gets the best of offensive Josh Allen in these games. Again, I'm glad we're not picking, but I am rocking with my Jacksonville Jaguars to pull off. I say pull off the upset, but I mean they're the home team. There's slight underdogs. I don't know. I love Josh Allen, but
I think he has to find a way. He has to. You're the reigning MVP. You don't have to worry about Lamar, Patrick. This is probably the clearest path that you could ever wish for to get to the Super Bowl.
But now he's got to worry about Knicks.
But still, you have a second year Bo Nix. You have a second year Drake May. You just beat Drake May a few weeks ago, I think, in New England, that get back game. You have to find a way. You have to, unless if he does not, next year is going to be even harder because you're going to have a healthy Lamar, healthy Patrick. I mean, this is his year.
Yeah.
If he does not get it done, boy, oh boy.
I mean, worst case scenario for them is that they run into the Texans again. And that Texans defense dogged them like a month ago. So it's not. Right. The Texans have to handle their own business and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, you have one of the best running backs, the best rushing attack, running game in the league, but the Jaguars, I think, have the best rushing defense right now. So it's gonna be tough. But hey, Josh Allen, man,
I'm watching football. Sunday, I'm ordering sushi. I'm sitting right down on this couch behind me. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm watching ball.
Yeah, man. Josh Allen, you got to get it done, man.
If he's watching, Josh Allen, man, just go out there and get it done.
Yep. Someone else that probably doesn't have to get it done, but I think they will. We have the San Francisco 49ers facing the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday at 4:30 on Fox, and the Eagles are favored by 5.5 in this game. 49ers, they're still dealing with a lot of injuries. They still don't know if Trent Williams is going to play. I think he will, but they still have a lot of injuries on defense. I think they have 2 or 3 linebackers that are probably going to be out in this game. I know in that Seahawks game in week 18, a lot of the defensive players were kind of dropping late into that game. So, and the Eagles, they're well rested. They sat all their starters against us, except for Smith, and he only played until he was able to get his 1,000-yard mark. He just got his 30 yards in that game and got out. So I think Eagles is going to could possibly run away with this game, but it's going to be tough for San Fran to slow them down if Philadelphia's offense can get rolling.
Yeah, and as many injuries as that 49ers defense had, they still only allowed 13 points to Seattle, who has just been steamrolling teams, but also their offense put up 3 points. So, and that's not, week 18 against the number 1 seed in the NFC. You go out and lay a goose egg like that. That's just zero momentum going forward. And yeah, the Eagles lost, but like you said, they're going to be well rested, and they've been the most quiet playoff team we've had all year. We talked about it, like their offensive struggles, not getting Barkley going, the AJ Brown drama, and then like you see like, oh, they won though. And then next week, like, oh, AJ Brown not happy. Oh, they won though. And then he had like 3 weeks in a row with like 100 receiving yards and a touchdown. And then these last, 2 or 3 weeks, you start seeing Barkley like creep up there around 100 yards rushing. And yeah, the Eagles, I think they just played the league. they said we're not going to put in full effort, but we're going to put in enough effort to get the job done. And then when these playoffs roll around, they're going to come out. Everybody's going to be like high-fiving. They're going to like, but
I agree. I think they were just in coast mode for the regular season. And now they're going to get Saquon going. That O-line is really going to be opening up holes for him. A.J. Brown is going to go off. Smith's going to go off. That defense is already playing well. So, yeah, I think the Eagles are still probably one of the favorites to come out of the NFC. I think they were just kind of playing us, like you said.
And another update, it is now 35-7 at halftime.
At halftime.
Well, actually, there's 59 seconds left, and Indiana has the ball. So
embarrassing.
I mean, it could be 38. I don't know, but
embarrassing in a semifinal game. Man, it's embarrassing. Next we have the Chargers going into New England. I feel sorry for you, buddy. Going into New England, facing the Patriots at 8:00 on NBC. I'm surprised that the spread is 3.5 in this game. This one could get ugly. The Chargers were playing pretty bad towards the end of the season. The final few weeks of the season, they was not playing well. Offense couldn't get it going. Defense the same. New England, they've been one of the top teams throughout the entire season. So New England should have a field day in this game.
Yeah, and I love a good upset. Like, it would be great. And I really do like Justin Herbert. But at the same time, we're like, oh, this is the year he has to break out and like really carry this team, take them to the next level. He hasn't done that yet. But if somehow, by the grace of the football gods, the Chargers can go into New England and knock out the what are they, number 2 seed? Like, that is that's a huge statement. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. But again, I don't want to see a blowout. I want to see it, be a close game. But I think it'd be really cool to see an upset here. I know.
Do you think it'll be close?
I'm hoping it's close. We talk about like seeing like new teams and like Super Bowl contention and stuff. And I know the Patriots haven't been there since Tom Brady, but they were there so often. I still don't want to see them back. And that's just, I mean, they're just good. I'm not saying they suck, but I'm just tired of seeing them there. So I would still like to see some, like, the Texans, the Chargers, even pretty much actually anybody in the AFC right now, because Kansas City's out too. So
yeah, this one is going to be tough for the Chargers. Only because they didn't show anything the last few weeks. I'm not sure if they were trying to dial it back, but the outcome for them is not bright in this game. I'm all over the New England Patriots to get a win in this game. And to wrap up the wild card weekend, we have the Texans facing the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football on ESPN. Houston is favored on the road by 3 in this game. Number 1 D against Aaron Rodgers. What is your thoughts?
If you would have told me at the beginning of the season that Aaron Rodgers would have the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting at top of the AFC North and in the playoffs, I would have thought you're crazy. But he turned back the clock a little bit on Father Time this year. But also, with that being said, this Texans defense has dogged Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, just completely took them out of the games. I think Pittsburgh gets DK Metcalf back, but man, I just think this Texans defense is going to do enough to get by here, because the offense really hasn't been playing bad either. The defense definitely helps out the offense, but being 3 3-point favorites on the road, I can kind of see, but I do think the Texans will handle this one.
Yeah, I think this game is going to come down to C.J. Stroud. If he struggles, if he makes stupid interceptions, fumbles, if he is not accurate with the ball, then I think the Steelers are going to find a way to win because they can. That defense can probably slow them down enough. But if you keep giving the ball back to Aaron, and giving him more opportunities, we saw what could happen in that when the Steelers played the Ravens. So I think it's going to come down to CJ. If he can actually get the offense rolling, put up some points, if they could get that running game going, I think Houston will have success. If not, if they turn the ball over, it's going to be a long game, low-scoring game, and the Steelers could find a way to win. But I think I'm leaning towards Houston in this one to find a way to get it done. Yep. All right. Oh, busy week in football, man. And now it is halftime, 35-7 in that game. So I don't even know it's going to be worth us recapping that in our next episode. We'll see.
We can just do the recap right now. Indiana versus Miami for the national championship game.
Right. All right. So as always, we thank you for joining us on this episode. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know the next time we go live or we drop another episode. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think and what else you want to see from us, and like the video as well. Until next time, see you.
See you guys. Peace.